Hey everybody, I'm your fave nurse B. Today I'm interviewing Vi. We went to nursing school together. I'm super excited for her to do this interview with me. Basically, she went from LPN to RN, so I'm gonna let her do an introduction. So you actually you had applied for RN program, didn't you, when we first started?
I did. So
and you got in too, didn't you?
I did. So my journey with LPN, honey. So I was working in a hospital already as a patient care tech, and I applied for the community college. I was already in a community college. I applied for the community college. I was on a waiting list. I also applied for Chamberlain. I got accepted into Chamberlain.
I didn't know that. Oh wow.
And I applied for the Met Center at the last minute because I could get into the Met Center really fast. The Met Center, if anybody doesn't know, is an LPN program. It's a 1-year program. It was probably possible that I could have gotten into the community college within the next year, but I didn't want to wait. I wanted to hurry up and get my LPN. I want to hurry up and be a nurse, honey.
Get it done.
And with Chamberlain, I got accepted, and I think I was supposed to start in January. And I was talking to different nurses at the hospital that I was working with, and they were just like, you know, I was just asking different opinions because I really didn't know which way to go. And so one of the nurses said, I think that you should do the LPN. You should fill out for the LPN program only if you would like to go back and get your RN. If you feel like you're not going to go back, just wait, get accepted into the RN program and go that way.
That's good advice. Because I think a lot of people think, oh, I'll just bridge, but they don't realize once you start working, you see that the money and you like, oh, I'm going to have to work and still have to be in school. And they be like, I'm just going to stay LPN.
It's very hard
to go.
It's very hard.
Wait a minute.
Yep, because I know some people that's LPNs. They've been LPNs for many years. They wanted to be RNs, but it's just so hard when you start working to actually take that time out, because you have to take time out to study to be an RN. It don't matter since you're an LPN, you still got to take that time out to study and go to clinicals, and it's still hard when you bridge over.
I think a lot of people want to know, like, how would you compare between LPN and RN program? Now I know you already came into the RN program with some knowledge, but like, how did the difficulty change, or was it just a continuation of it? You know what I'm saying? Or was it like way more difficult?
It was difficult. I think the RN program was really difficult because you were working full time. I was working full time with the program that I went to. The only easy thing about the program is I could do it at my own pace. It wasn't like I had to get up and go to clinicals. With the program that I bridged into, you already had to be a nurse to be into that program.
Okay.
And so I was able to do it that way.
And you could work at do it at your own pace?
Do it at your own pace. If it took you 10 years to be an RN, you could still be in the program.
Was it online?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
It was online, but we did do our clinicals in person. I had to go to New York to do my clinicals.
You had to go to New York to do your clinicals?
NYC.
They didn't do anything here in. How long was you there to do clinicals?
I was only there for it was less than a week. It was less than a week.
Now I want to put that on your taxes. That's just my side note. Can you put that on your taxes? That you had to go there? I wonder if you could.
I did.
That's the way to do it.
I definitely did.
It's an expense, you know.
It's an expense. I had to pay for my flight, my hotel, books, everything. I put all that on my taxes. I said I need to add all that up because I had to book a flight at the last minute, because with the program that I was in, we had to be on the list for the clinical test out. The instructors did not test you anything. You had to meet with other students and kind of test out on different skills like a regular RN program, except for you had to do all this on your own.
Wait, okay. So y'all had to schedule on your own, or y'all tested? Okay, what did y'all have to do on your own?
We had to study on our
own.
The clinicals. For the clinical test out.
Was it like, did they give you like videos?
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, they give you everything you need. Yeah, they give you videos.
So you felt real confident?
No, I actually felt like I was gonna throw up, and it was very intense.
But she a strong student, and she's really structured. Like, you was always in class before class started, didn't miss not one day. She's a very, very structured.
With this program, you have to be really, really disciplined. I joined a group of people on Facebook who were in this program. They didn't been in this program for 5 years. You have You have to pay a student fee of $500 every year, whether you're doing the program or not.
Just to stay in it.
Just to stay in it.
So here's my question. Did you already have the money set up before you started? Did they give you all the information you needed as far as finances before you started? Or did you kind of stuff just came out as you was going? Or they laid everything out for you?
I'm not gonna say everything was laid out. Like, I still had to do some research. It was a couple things that I was like, hold on, I gotta pay for what? I didn't know I had to pay for this, but I know I had to pay for my books. I know I had to pay for the classes. And then the clinical test out thing, I had to pay $2,000 for that, on top of flights, hotels to get to where I'm at.
And then taking that time off of work.
At that time, I had put in
$1,000.
Yep.
Well, I mean, if you think about nursing in general, it's expensive.
It's expensive, right? So I really didn't trip off of it, and I was on a waiting list to do my clinical test out for a year. I was done taking my test. I was done taking my test. I'm gonna say maybe it took me like a year and a half to take maybe about 10 tests, something like that. And then there's so many people, so many students around the United States doing this program. I was on the waiting list, not doing anything but working to do my clinical test.
Did they tell you it might take that long when you started?
I'm gonna say it changed. They told me it could be up to 6 months, and I was like, oh, okay, I'm gonna fill out for it. I'm gonna do my little studying at the last minute. But that wasn't no last minute thing. I had to study. It probably take you about 6 months to study to get prepared, because when you are when you are LPN, you learn certain stuff, but certain stuff you don't learn. Like, you don't know how to clean a PICC line. I had to learn how to clean a PICC line by studying online. You can go to workshops. You can do different stuff by learning certain RN skills if you're not in the field.
That's something to think about. Man, I lost my train of thought. Because I just kind of thinking about that. I'm picturing you waiting a whole year
out. And so they gave me a basically a testing date that somebody else couldn't take.
So
some people have been waiting to take that test like 15 months.
They need to do something about that.
And they have hired more people. More centers. But certain people don't want to do that type of testing in their facilities. Like, they have to be approved for it and all that. And it's just a whole bunch of politics with these.
Because you're doing it on actual patients.
Yep.
And it's an online program on top of that.
It's an online
stigma attached to that.
It's definitely a stigma attached to it. So I understand, but I didn't understand that you're waiting now, honey.
That's a long time.
It was a long time.
So as far as like disciplining yourself, what did you do to be like, did you say, okay, I want to get this done within this amount of time, and you just made sure you stayed on your timeline? Because you said you can test whenever you want, right? It's up to you.
Right. So with the testing part, it wasn't really, I just needed to make sure I had that money. I made sure that I studied. It was an everyday thing if I knew I was taking the test. If I put that $400 in that system and I was taking that test, then I made sure that I was gonna be studying.
That was the motivation. You paid for
that money, honey, because I can't afford it.
That's what I tell people, because I actually got my GED. I dropped out of high school.
Okay.
And I told, like, people be like, I just want to do it. I'm like, pay for it. Pay for it, and that's gonna make you do it.
That's motivation.
The same with getting into nursing school. Just pay for it. That's gonna make you get up and start studying, because you don't want to waste your money.
Exactly.
Exactly. So did you have to do any type of entrance exams or anything before you?
So it is one now to get into the school. But when I got into it, it was not no entrance exam.
Really?
Yep, it wasn't an entrance exam.
Wasn't able to get through it. You know what I'm saying? So that's why they had to add something on there.
Yep. It wasn't an entrance exam. I just slid my way on in there.
What is it? Undisciplined LPN license.
Yep.
And you'll be able to get in.
And you can get in, or you can be a paramedic.
Oh, really?
You can be a paramedic and you can bridge to an RN.
See, that's something for y'all to know. Somebody did ask, was it paramedics in the program you were in? So do you feel like, had you done it again, do you feel like you would still go through the online program, or you would go to school?
I would go to a school. I'm thankful for the way that I went, because I was able to work and do other things that way. But I think that going to like a community college to bridge, that was probably the way to go. Local, because it's something local. I didn't have to go out of town or do anything like that.
So what made you choose this program? Was it just the wait list or what?
Probably that I could still work full time and do the program, because even with the bridge program, you still have to make sacrifices with clinicals, 12-hour-day clinicals and things of that nature. So that I could work full time, and then the leisure of me like, oh, if I don't want to take the test, I ain't got to take the test. I can wait a couple months to take the test. So
right, it could work around your life.
Work around my life.
That's why it's a lot of people doing it.
Yep.
You know,
and they can't even keep up with the amount of students that's doing the program. It's so big.
How did it take you to finish the program? Not including that whole time you had to wait for the clinicals. Just the actual.
I don't want to include that.
I mean, we will, I'm saying, but just the actual program for you to test out, and then you waited a year, and then you took your clinicals. But how long did it take you to?
I'm going to say probably 2 years. 2 years I would have been done with everything if I didn't have to wait. But I do appreciate that wait, because I was able to work, kind of save a little money,
right,
travel,
$2,000.
and then pay for the expensive clinical test out experience that was like no other.
So you had to pay basically like the $400 for each test, the $2,000 test out plus all those expenses, and then you said it was a $50 fee each year for being a student. On top of that, you had to pay tuition.
No, I think it was a $350 fee or $400. It might have been $4 something to be a student. Yeah, it was $400 and something each year that you were a student at that school.
On top of tuition.
Correct. And some people, the way that I did the program, you can do it a couple of different ways. The way that I did the program is they send me the different books and stuff that I need to test out, and I did the test out option to where I studied at my own pace, and then when I was ready, I submitted my information to take the test to the Pearson View centers, and then whenever they had a date open, that I would select that date and I would go take my test, and I'd get my results then.
Okay. So if you didn't have to wait the year, it would be
about 2 years.
Plus you waited a year.
Yep. So it's about 3.
Do you plan on going further for your BSN? I know you get that question now all the time, but
oh my God, so many people like, you might as well just go ahead. But what I'm planning to do with my life is kind of shifted a little bit. I don't need a BSN, honey.
Okay.
But I don't knock anybody that go and get the BSN, because sometimes you can be in like leadership positions with your BSN. You do have more opportunities as a RN with your BSN. But what I'm gonna do?
She got a plan.
I don't need it, honey.
Okay, I heard that. She got what she need. I heard that.
I got what I need. Now I'm out. No.